Hello, Papua New Guinea. As we step into the 50th independence celebration of our country, I am filled with both excitement and humility. This milestone is not just a national event, it is a reflection of our journey as a people and how far God has led us. It is a reminder of how far we've come and how much further we have yet to go. My mind goes back to my own experience during the 45th independence celebration in 2020. It was a moment that deeply shaped my understanding of what it means to be free and to be independent. While I was studying in Pacific Adventist University, I had the privilege of serving as the president of the PNG student body, or the PNG student body as we call it. One of my major responsibilities was to organize the university's annual independence celebration. And it was an event recognized by the National Capital District, NCD, and it's traditionally funded to ensure its success because it's a recognized site of celebration. However, the year I took office, I was met with an unexpected challenge. PAU had decided to cancel the future independence celebration due to issues from previous events. This decision really weighed heavy on me and student leaders at the time because we knew how much the student body valued the independence celebration on the 16th of September. And so at the same time, we also understood that we needed to live up to certain standards and principles where the university is concerned about. And so we knew that we needed to gain their trust if we were to have a chance in reviving the event on campus. And so to make matters even more difficult, COVID-19 pandemic struck and it placed us in a very restricted position where we not only had to abide by certain principles that the school or the university rather wanted us to do, we also had to abide by the regulations that the national government of the day had put in place. And so with the budget of 2000, we really had to manage it because it was a fraction of the budget that NCD usually gives in previous years. And so the task ahead seemed a bit impossible. But we refused to accept that we weren't going to have a celebration during that year. So I knew that if we wanted to celebrate our nation's independence, we had to do something right away. And so I slept on a lot of thoughts and plans, and with the help of my tireless, hardworking leaders who were working with me, we structured a meaningful program, one that not only honored the cultural heritage, but also aligned with the university's values and principles and the government's regulations of COVID-19. And so we had to convince the university senate that we were capable of hosting a responsible and safe event. And so like I said, despite the challenges, we were able to pull the event together. And it was definitely a day that a lot of people expressed their satisfaction, and we had a lot of overwhelming positive feedback. And for the first time in a long time, people felt the spirit of independence. But not just that. It was a moment of reflection, appreciation, and gratitude. Why am I reflecting on this experience? Beyond the logistic and the finance and the experience that taught me that year, I realized something much greater. While planning how to align the independence celebration with the university's principles, I developed a deep sense of appreciation for the true meaning of freedom. And I reflected on the sacrifices our founding fathers, men who, with very little resource but great vision, built this nation from the ground up. They were not driven by personal ambition or self-interest. They were driven by love for their country and an unshakable belief in the potential that it has. As I look at our country today, I cannot help but feel a deep sense of sadness. A deep sense of sadness. We are witnessing a rise in violence, crime, and corruption. We are losing sight of the values that once held our society together. Our founding fathers laid a foundation of resilience, unity, and progress. Yet, we seem to be moving further and further away from their vision. The question we must ask ourselves is, are we willing? The question that we must ask ourselves is this: are we still raising the kind of men and women who will uphold and strengthen this nation? Or are we watching the slow decay of every principle that once made us strong? You see, independence should not just be a day of celebration for traditional sing and chantings. It should be a day of commitment or recommitment. A day when we as a nation take a stand. Take a stand and say, it took a few good men to build this country. Now, let us reinforce its foundations and give it wings to fly. Papua New Guinea is our home, just like in any household, where every family member has a responsibility. Whether it's cutting the grass, whether it's washing the dishes, or contributing in some way, we all have a role to play in building our nation. A home does not thrive when its members only take, yumikisim. It flourishes when we contribute on a personal level. And likewise, a nation cannot progress if its people are always wanting handouts. True development happens when we take responsibility, when we step up and do our part. However small it may seem, it's still important for you to at least play a part. Ask yourself this question: what am I doing for my country? What are you doing for your country? What am I doing for my God? These are two questions that you need to ask yourself. A few great men came together and gave us this home. Now, it is our duty, it's your duty, and it's my duty to maintain it. Find your role. Do whatever you can. Let's renovate, improve, and build this nation we call our home. Stop passing the fight. Stop passing the fighting mama, fighting Mary, fighting against each other. Put down those knives. Put down those guns. Let's rebuild this nation. Let's make it a great nation. Let's hold hands together. Let's renovate. Let's patch those holes that were broken. We will be able to build a better nation because every one of us are able to contribute something to this great nation, this home, this place we call our home. And if we can do that, the government wouldn't have anything to do because everyone decided to take responsibility for themselves, their family, their society, their community, their province, and their country. God bless Papua New Guinea.